Good morning, everybody. Oh, sorry. Yep, I can say it's still morning here in Australia. I just thought I would touch base with you all, sorry, and see what everybody's been up to, and to give a bit of an update of what's happening in my world of bullshit, so to speak. Yeah, I've just been doing my best just to stay at a level of tolerance, you know. I went and spoke to my housing manager. Well, not housing manager, because that's like blowing smoke out of a already burned out cigarette, so to speak. But still, I went and spoke to the maintenance people about the fact that a lot of people have been, hey, Rosaline, um, kind of, but not really. Same shit, different day. I got told off by the people in maintenance. They tried to tell me that, oh, we're not sure if you're going to be able to be approved for a shed. And it's like, hey, Chantal, how you doing, darling? All these things and stuff. And I said, well, my neighbour has a shed, and the maintenance manager shut her mouth pretty quick after that. So obviously sheds are allowed. So that's what's happening these days. And the way she was saying to me, like, I was trying to explain to her that it's water damage below my window. She's trying to convince herself that it's not. And I even showed my GP last night, and he agrees that it is, in fact, water damage. So stick that in your pipes and smoke it. But he's agreed to write me a support letter in regards to how my mental health has been in the last, well, since he's been my GP, basically. And, hopefully Junction, which I seriously doubt they will, need to wake up and actually realise that, I do suffer from post-traumatic stress. I do suffer from anxiety. I do suffer from depression and all those other elements of the wacko tree, as I like to call it sometimes. But that's because of my mental health, not that anyone else that has those conditions is wacko. But I just, yeah. I have to go for an X-ray and an MRI on my knee that I had the meniscus removed from a few years ago, because there'll be times where I'll be just standing and then I feel like I lose my balance. So my doctor, the awesome doctor that he is, he's excuse me, he's now sending me to get an X-ray and an MRI to see what's going on there. Thankfully, it's bulk billed, so it's no out-of-pocket expense for me, but I still have to travel quite a while to get there, so that's going to be a pain in the ass. But it's worth it to find out why I can't stand. Like, it's funny, I can stand still. Hey, Aussie girl Jen, how you doing, sweetheart? So I have to go get those scans done, and I absolutely, and I'm not just exaggerating here, I fucking hate the MRI machines. Okay. Like, I really, 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 really fucking hate them. But at the same time, my doctor wants to find out why I can't necessarily stand still. Because if I stand still, like I said, I feel wobbly on my feet, and he wants to find out if, from about 2 years ago, he wants to find out if the cartilage is more damaged. So this doctor's like the best doctor I've ever had. He is the most, like, he gives me an antidepressant, he goes, try it for a few weeks, and if you find that you've got side effects, let me know. We'll reinvestigate. We'll try you on a new one. I'm on a new one now. So but the best thing about this new one I'm on, which I'm not going to reveal the name because I can't be fucked getting out of bed to go get to the medicine cabinet and get it out to tell you what it is, but also because, yeah, I just don't want to do that. But the one he's given me now, it actually allows me to feel emotion. Yes, yes, very dizzy, yes. I feel like the room is spinning, and I feel, like I said, I feel like I'm basically going to fall over, but I don't. I just lose my balance. It's really, really weird. And he thinks it might be because my cartilage is damaged on one side of my knee, and that might be causing it, but he wants to find out for sure what's causing that. And like, if I look, like, for me, when I'm walking, I don't look straight ahead. I look down. But at times when I look down, I feel like, oh, sort of thing. So, okay, I'll speak to you soon, Aussie Girl Jen, as soon as I finish this live, if that's cool, doll. Yeah, so I'm a bit worried about that. When I was having like numbness on the left side of my body after the carpal tunnel surgery, they did a brain scan and all of that sort of stuff. And apparently my brain, I actually have one. It's hard to believe, I know. But my brain's fine and all that sort of shit. My heart's fine and all of that sort of stuff. So there's no like issues there. Thanks, Aussie Girl Jen, or Jen. You're a legend, doll. And it gets to the point where it's like I said, I went to go speak to the maintenance manager of Junction, and I even tried to explain to her that there are certain things that I can't physically do myself, but there's her like, oh, Tammy, sorry, I'm not very good at a Scottish accent, but I'm going to try my best. Now, Tammy, what you need to do is you need, I'm sounding more, I'll just talk in my normal voice because I can't stand that woman. She goes, you just need to get a sponge and some bleach and, scrub it where there's marks. Well, if I don't know where the fucking marks are, how much, I didn't say this to her, I just said, I have scar tissue. So do I, Chantal. And, I have scar tissue. So it's very, very hard for me to be able to pinpoint where things are when, in my personal opinion, my housing manager should have taken a picture and then used her fucking brain and actually circled where the marks are. So that way, if hypothetically my cleaner happens to miss it, I can then go over it. You know what I mean? But no, she doesn't do that, even though I've asked her several times to do it. Yes. Oh, my doctor is an absolute legend. You know what I mean? Like, he gave me sleeping tablets and he goes, you can take these, but whatever you do, don't take them every night because they are highly addictive. So what I do is I take them every second night and they help me sleep. But the thing is, though, the antidepressant also helps me sleep. But the one thing I love about this particular antidepressant, like I said, I'm allowed to feel emotion on this. I'm allowed to be, if I'm angry, I can be angry. If I'm emotional, I can be emotional and all that sort of shit. Okay, sorry, give me one sec, guys. Hang on. So at the end of the day, it comes down to, like I said, a lot of things that piss me off with the way that Junction. Now, the thing is, hey, Matt, how you going, baby? Sorry, how you going, hon? Um, no, it's just the way that they speak to me, the way that they think it's appropriate, and it's absolute bullshit. Ooh, sorry, give me a moment, guys. But like I said, it just gets very, 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 very hard to deal with Junction. And my brother offered for me to put my stuff in storage and go live with him. And as much as I love my brother, I love my brother as much as he shits me. Okay, so that's, for me, that's not an option because of the fact that I don't want to backpedal in my life. So I don't want to do that. And that sounds horrible. And I know that then that makes me sound like, oh, well, you're then just going to put up with Junction. I'm not going to give them, sorry, the satisfaction of leaving here because I honestly believe in my mind and in my heart that's what they are going to want. So, hang on, sorry. Yes, they are addictive, but it's the withdrawal that makes people have long-term illnesses, issues, and oh, thank you for that, Jen. I did not know that. And but the thing is, though, as well, is the fact that I'm finding on these antidepressants that I'm going to bed at like 10:30 at night, and I'm waking up at like 8 o'clock the next morning or so, and that's like a good enough sleep. That's like a 10-hour sleep, but still, it's either eight. 9 o'clock I'm waking up, and I actually feel refreshed, but not so much today because excuse me, I had a few night terrors last night, and they weren't very nice ones, and they reoccur when bad things are happening, and so yeah. I wish Matt had Messenger too, but I'm one of the lucky ones. I get to contact Matt through email. Oh, and for everybody who knows of this, this might be news, but I'm mentioning it now. I've added Muck Boys as a mod. Hopefully he's okay with it. I've sent him a message and let him know, because when I was in another chat last night, I got a beautiful message from him saying that I have a special place in his heart, and that for me was an absolutely beautiful thing to read. Like, since I've dropped certain people from my life, I've noticed that a lot more people are willing to talk to me, and that's a very good thing. But at the same time, it's like, I'm glad though, because I did not cop what some people did, and I copped the bullying side of things. But to know that people have accepted that and accepted my humble apologies for any time that it made it sound like I was, sucking it up, so to speak. I do apologize for anyone. So yes, I feel very lucky to know the people that I know. I'm very lucky to be able to speak to the people that I speak to. It might not be every day, it might not be every month, but there are people that I know, and hopefully they know that if they ever need me, I'll be a phone call away. And it's very difficult to be able to have the answers, because they seem to have, like when I speak to Jen, she has all the answers and all the right things to say to me. Even like when Jen was not well a couple of weeks ago, when we first spoke, she still took the phone call and we still spoke for 2.5, nearly 3 hours, even though she wasn't well. So she's gone through, the rough end of the stick of things, but she's always there for me. And I absolutely love that she is a great friend. And I'm very, very honored and privileged to have her as a friend. Do you know her email though, Matt? Like, seriously. Um, yes, we'll call it from now on, because it rhymes with shit. But anyway, I don't want to talk about that on this channel because I don't want to upset anybody. But if we do, we'll refer to that thing as an it. But no, I just wanted to touch base with all of you, and and I've put this out there, and I'm probably going to get into trouble for a few people for doing this, but please read the description and know what the PayPal is up there. Like, the PayPal's always there, but the PayPal is there now this time round is because I'm sick and tired of my housing manager referring to my plastic tubs. They are tubs, they're containers. And I'm sick of her referring to them as bins. And she's saying that it's cluttering and they're covering the floors. They're not. And the way she just makes me feel like shit. So she suggested, mind you, obviously at my own expense, I need to get myself a shed, which is fine. I could do that. But the thing is, though, yes, Muck is awesome. Muck and Matt are my favorite boys on here. Sorry, but they are. And as I was saying, like, the shed's going to cost, 200, and then it's 195. Sorry, and then it's going to cost 250 to put it together. Because I'm not allowed to get a friend to put it together. I'm not allowed to go on Marketplace and buy a second-hand shed. It has to be brand new, sturdy, all the rest of that sort of shit. And it's easy for someone who works and gets a weekly paycheck to say, do that. You know what I mean? But I'm on a fortnightly payment and I'm paying for cleaners and gardeners, and now I've got to pay for a shed out of my own pocket. So, without sounding like a total scab, that's why I'm asking you guys if you could help me, please do. Do not feel obligated to help, but if you can, very, 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 very thankful, because it comes down to that if I can get help getting the funds for it, I then can just turn to Junction and say, okay, I've got the funds. Am I being approved for the shed or not? But then if I don't get approved for it, then I'll use that money to, I don't know, pay someone to let me keep my stuff in their house. But at the same time, you can't, I'm not saying this to sound disrespectful. Who can I trust enough to let me do that? You know what I mean? And I shouldn't have to do that when it was, once again, it was Elizabeth herself who said, get a garden shed. And yet when she filled out all the paperwork for me, you know, it just frustrates the hell out of me. Hang on, sorry guys. Sorry guys. Everyone, when I'm not live, nobody pretty much messages me. The second I go fucking live, every Tom, Dick, and Harry wants to message me. But no, but like I said, it just comes down to, like I said, well, it's in the description, but thank you, Matt. You're a sweetheart. You know, seriously, like, and I'll be honest with you, when I get a phone call and I'm live, I'll cut the phone call off. But I can't, you know, what can I say? If it's someone that needs to really, really, really speak to me, then fine. Hey, Sherry, how you doing? You know, I'm just trying my hardest just to make sure that. Oh, and get this though, here's something that's going to make you all laugh. When Elizabeth first suggested the shed, she said, and I quote, that when I move, I won't be able to take it with me. Right? I spoke to one of her bosses and they said, it's your shed, you've paid for it, you can take it with you. So it's like, suck it up, Elizabeth, you were wrong. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. I'm so sorry to hear that, Jen. Stay away from him. Put him in a room. And if he wants food, you put it on a tray and leave it outside the door. Sorry. I am sorry to hear that, doll. I really am. I hope he has a speedy recovery. Yep. So many people I know have COVID. Like, I hardly leave the house unless I really, really have to. Hang on, sorry guys. Hang on, guys. Oh shit, what have I done? Okay, can you guys still hear me? Sorry. I nearly almost pressed the wrong button. That would have been awkward. Um yeah, well they've got to send out an actual confirmation email or letter to actually say yes or no. So, but like I said, I'd rather have the money there ready to go for when they do it. Like, I might even ring them after I finish this live and say, is there any update on my shed requirement? So we'll see how we go. Hey, Lani, how you feeling, doll? And like I said, it's frustrating because if they say no, then it's going to piss me off. But at the same time, like I sent the forms and everything, like the quote, the how much it's going to cost, and how the measurements and how much it's going to cost to put together, and everything like that. I sent that to my housing manager last week, and I went into Junction on Tuesday, and they hadn't even received it. Yes, okay, it's a given. She doesn't work on a Friday because people like her need a long weekend all the time. But still, and then I had to actually SMS it to the person at maintenance to make sure they got it. And so it just, oh, this is nice. I like that everybody's saying hello to Lani. That's really sweet. I'm pretty sure I will be approved because of the fact that, you know, it's to help me, as they put it, to declutter. So if they don't approve it, then they're basically setting me up to fail all the time. So I'm not happy about that if they do turn it down. It's not going to obstruct the property or anything. It's not like I'm going to be screwing nails or whatever into the thing. So see how we go. Please feel free to donate. And like I said, if you can't, it's fine. It's all good. It's just like I said, it's getting to the point where the expectations, like my next inspection is in September. And again, I've got to ring Elizabeth and explain to her that the inspection she's wanting to do, as I've requested time and time and time again, please make my inspections on my pay week. And she's made it on my off week. So I'm not happy about that at all. But I'm going to be trying my best just to sort this shit out with her once and for all. And yeah, hang on. Yeah, well, here's hoping, Jen. Um, that's Lani. It's fine. Okay. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it very, very loud. Well, not very loud because I don't want to deafen people who've got headphones on. When I ask if you can donate, I don't ask you to do it because I am telling you you have to. I am asking you if you can donate, please do. If you can't, it's fine. I'm not going to sit here and get shitty because people can't afford to. It's completely fine. All right. So don't stress, Lani. It's all good, doll. But like I said, I just I'm just worried about a lot of other things, but I won't go into them at the moment. All right, guys. Before I forget this, though, please come back in about a couple of hours or so because I am going to go make myself some lunch, and I'm also going to be ringing Junction to find out what's going on. Don't feel bad, Lani. Please don't. Just focus on getting better. All right, guys. So, like I said, I'm going to go make some lunch. I'm going to go make these phone calls, and I can give you all an update of what Junction have to say, because I don't think anyone's going to want to come up on panel and cover for me for about half an hour while I do all that. So it's best just to pop back up in a few, and that way, like I said, I can have some lunch. I can ring Junction, find out what's going on, and yeah, we'll go from there. So I will be back in about, okay, it's 12:17 now. I'll be back in about 2 hours. So hopefully you can all come back and join me then. And until next time, well, until then, take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, but more than anything, love yourself and love the life you live, because life's too short, and that's why I am going to be fighting these SOBs till my last breath if I have to. All right. No worries. You're cooking dinner at this time? What? Oh, call you after 5. Okay. All right, guys. Like I said, I'll be back here in about 2 hours. I'll update. But please, like I said, if you can donate, please do. If you can't, that's fine. Don't stress. I will speak to you all in a couple of hours. Uh, Jen, did you want me to ring you now or after 5? I'm confused. Oh, call before 5. Okay, I'll call you when I get off the phone, and then I'll do all the other stuff. All right, guys, take care of yourselves, and remember, be good. And if you can't be good, be I can't remember the freaking saying. Anyway, until next time, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Bye.